us to the birthplace of rock and roll, where the ceremonial guitar has been smashed. We're ready for football at Huntington Bank Field here in Cleveland. Coming up, we've got a good one in store. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cleveland Browns. On the visitors' sideline, Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin. His guys off to a real sharp 2-0 start to begin this 2026 campaign. On the other side, it is the head coach of the Browns. There's Mike Tomlin, the longtime head man in Pittsburgh. His Steelers get set to take over once more. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. In there on the stop.
A 3-yard pickup.
The 33. Here's 2nd down and 7. Back to throw. That's complete to Smith.
For Mike is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming and they end up holding them to just a short game.
That'll be caught. It's Metcalf. Pickup of 15 in the air. Good for a Steeler first down.
And the Steelers first down.
Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
And he's brought down after a gain of a couple.
He was brought down at the
spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 8. Now they'll set up to throw. That's going to be incomplete.
8 yards to go.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. He dives and...
You understand, you want to keep this possession alive. You have to do everything in your power sometimes to bail out your quarterback, and it's exactly what he does here, and it brings up the first set of downs.
And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
12 more yards.
Give him 12 on that one. They are on the march.
Down, so continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Mix in the runs with the pass, and if they can continue to generate these big explosive runs, I don't think they need to go away from it.
This one broken.
Contested throws, and as we just saw, those aren't always going to go your way.
Here's Warren, and he'll get me.
3rd and 5.
He'll drop to throw. One broken up in the end zone. It's incomplete. What great work. Just put those hands up there. Now it's 4th down.
I like the idea of taking your shot there on 3rd down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up 4th down, you're already this close. You're in field goal range, but do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can...
Steelers offense ready to get going with their 2nd possession. And they're going to hear it from this crowd. They're backed up deep.
Let's go now.
On the ground, it's Warren to start the drive. And he's going to give him some breathing room past the 15-yard line. About 15 yards to kick off the drive.
Run for. It's how many big plays do they generate on the ground, and when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
short gain up to the 20. Jeremiah Wusu-Koromoa in on the stop. It looks like we've got an injured Brown on the field. The training staff going to look and will step out for a moment. From the 20, here's second down and 6. They'll look to throw. He's got it in the hands of a
modest gain.
Don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. They'll go with the sneak. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
Won or lost by the big guys up front. They're the ones who need to get off the snap on time, get leverage on the defender, and create the space needed for the quarterback to pick up the first down.
And from 29, here's second and 8.
At the 29-yard line.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Metcalf takes first down.
First down, Steelers.
They'll throw out of the gun. That one incomplete. The defender right there to make the fight. And it's second.
These windows, Mike, make every throw as contested as possible. No separation, contact right at the catch point, and does a great job forcing the incomplete pass.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. He'll look to throw. Gonna look deep. Looking for more. He's got it. To the goal line and in. Elijah Moore. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. That is first touchdown of the new year. A beautiful combination in the air there. The pass downfield and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for Steelers offense back onto the field for their next possession. They've got the 10-0 advantage here early, and they'll see if they can add to it. They'll come out throwing here to start. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
Technique. They put him in position to not only make the play, but it's that closing speed that's allowed him to finish it off.
That's going to be incomplete.
It's now 3rd and 19.
Here's a screen set up for one. And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the first. It'll bring comes the Pittsburgh offense now, heading back onto the field. So we've seen from the start of the season the change in the kickoff rule, the ball coming out to the 35 instead of and how to approach even when you kick a field goal in the NFL.
Yeah, and I think so much of the initial conversation is how does the kickoff team handle it? Do you push it? Do you kick it out the back of the end zone? And I think there's going to be a wide array of approach. But maybe the part that doesn't get inside the 5-yard line, it's 4th and goal from the 3. In the old days, right, the days that we all remember were a touchback following a score, in this case a field goal try, you would kick the ball out of the back of the end zone, hopefully, and it would be a touchback, and you would lose 17 yards instead of a failed keeper at the 20, and you would get 3 points as a result. Now, all of a sudden, if you do settle for that field goal, the chances of my opponent now possessing the ball following the kickoff outside of the 30, I significant field position situations, because even if I fail, I would much rather defend my opponent when they're inside their own 5-yard line than outside of their own 30-yard line, because the difference in
2025. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Out of the gun, he'll throw. Out of the pressure, too much, and he goes down. That is Myles Garrett. He's in to drop him for a sack, and that will bring up 4th down.
And it looked like that zone coverage had his head a little bit spinning there, Mike. I'm not sure he got a real clear picture of what the defense was giving him, and as a result, he holds the ball a little bit longer.
Steelers offense headed back to take over once more. They work with a 6-point advantage as they start this drive on 1st and 10. Let's go. They'll start this on the ground with Warren. And knock him down.
And the Steelers
line of scrimmage is the 31. As they line up 1st and 10.
At the 31-yard line.
Open man downfield is Smith. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. They are cooking to begin this drive. This play going for 30 yards.
At the 39-yard line.
Oh, that's the valuable real estate every offense is looking to attack. But what does that do, Mike? It makes you a little susceptible to the throws outside the numbers, and it leads to a chunk play.
They'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11.
Initially, my runner, a little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
Two minutes remain here in this first half. We'll have more from Cleveland. They're down, they need 5. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up. Steelers offense going to take over here in the final minute of this first half. The cushion is 9 as they begin this drive with 1st and 10.
Here we go. 60 Eagle.
Back to throw here to begin the drive. That'll be caught by the running back Warren. He's had a lot of success throwing the ball early. Look at the numbers. Already up 2nd and 2. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. That one incomplete. Good job. Textbook there. Separated it. And it's going to be 3rd down. This time they stay on the ground. Halftime coming up, and we'll take you down to Scott Hansen for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the 3rd quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
The Steelers offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. They'll see if they can put something together here.
Let's go now.
A run up the middle with Warren. This time the sledding becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
Many hacks to the ball carrier as possible, and this is a great reason why. The ball carrier is able to make the first guy miss, but it was the pursuit from the rest of the defense that's able to get him down and keep him to no gain.
And he's going to be marked down up around the edge and a first down in this spot. Here's a handoff to Warren. And he'll get from the 35. Here's 2nd and 8. No one open. He'll
Through the defense. So, I know the defense gave up some yards here, but it could have been a lot worse.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short. And the defense can't pull up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down.
7-yard gain.
The quick game, don't stress the protection. And while he didn't get necessarily the big play, he does get enough to move the chains.
On the give, it's Johnson. And some space open from the 46. Here's 2nd down and 4. On play action, he'll set up to throw. Open man downfield is Fryermuth. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. First time they've looked his way all game long. It comes through.
Drive, 4 for 4 throwing the ball, mixing in some run. You're just marching the ball downfield at your will, and they get a fresh set of downs now to see if they can convert this nice drive into some points. Just brings an extra element to the ability to defend the entire field, and this is a great example here why.
Now, faking the give. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
That last sack is exactly why defensive coaches preach over and over. Just play the next down. Just continue to make them look like a promising drive. Following that sack, looks a little bit different now.
Here we go.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. Got his man at the 6. And he will get into the end zone. Pat Fryermuth, touchdown Steelers.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain...
Head coach, 2 fingers in the air. They'll say no to the extra point.
The Steelers
and go for 2.
for the 2-point conversion.
That's going to be caught. So add a couple more points, and they add to their lead.
Round 7.
Steelers offense ready to get back at it. The lead is 17 as they try to maybe pull away in this one. It is 1st and 10.
Here we go, set.
So the drive begins with a give to Johnson. And a nice 2nd and a yard.
Ready?
They'll go again with Johnson. And I don't think he got that wrapped up at the line of scrimmage.
He's in the exact same position now on 3rd down. Does he try to change it up, or does he just turn around and hand it off again?
They'll run the sneak. Trying to find Penny, see if he can, but the push too strong in the middle. He didn't get there. It's 4th down. Comes the Pittsburgh offense now, heading back onto the field. And they are really playing well here to start September, aren't they? On their way to 3-0. They'll start this on the ground with Johnson. He is met and dropped.
Short in the game, they completely sold out to stop the run, able to take him down for a loss.
On the bootleg, he'll look to throw. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
The entire idea of the bootleg is to move your quarterback off of his normal spot. Buy some extra time for your offensive line and alleviate some of the pressure on the protection. But in this case, it seemed to me like the quarterback panicked a little bit. He went into survival mode and ended up leading.
A must stop for this defense. Facing 3rd and long. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
Steelers offense make their way out to take over once more. They are looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on.
Let's go now. Ready?
On the handoff, it's Johnson. And now the 46-yard line. A 2nd down and 6.
Cowboy 80.
Back to throw. There's a short one caught by Fry.
Ready? Hawk 7, Hawk 7.
He's got his man complete to Johnson. And he will have the 1st down.
1st down, Steelers.
Here we go, here we go.
A give, and here's Johnson. And they will take him down at the 20-yard line. A pickup of 14 on that one. In the red zone now. He'll drop to throw. Oh, that may be the break they needed. That one's intercepted. Picked off by Denzel Ward. And the Browns will take over here just shy of the 30.
These second-half red zone opportunities are critical, Mike. I mean, you're not going to score every single time you get down here, but it feels like at this point in the game, this might be my last chance to get this deep. You've got to make the most of those limited opportunities. At least come away with 3. You're hoping for 6, but in this case, you come away with 0.
The Cleveland offense set to take the field. Steelers offense ready to get back at it. They're going to be trying to play keep away in this situation. Use as much clock as possible. Up a couple of scores. On the ground, it's Johnson. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
I can promise you that is not how he wanted to start this drive.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Now they'll set up to throw. That's caught. Right side. It's Fireman. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
27 yards.
Terrific day passing in this one. Here's a chance to put this game away. First down and goal. They'll run with Johnson. Only a
Second and goal.
blitz coming. He'll throw it. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him. Parsons
And goal.
throwing now from the gun. And that is incomplete.
Intended for Romeo Dobbs.
This one, a win for the visiting Steelers. That was a game that was in doubt till the very end. They were able to hold on, come away with the victory.